Hello, welcome back to my channel, The Star Means Hope. Today I am going to be doing another, quite an old VR, well, a few months old. I've got quite a few VRs that I want to do that are old now, but because my channel is so new, I missed out on them when the VRs were new, when the tags were new. So I am going to be bringing some of them, bringing some of them back, I guess, or doing them even though they're a bit old now. I don't think anyone's really going to mind though, and it's fun for me. So this one is Last 10 Decks, which is a VR to Jonathan Daly. I will link the original video below, which I think was a live stream. I've seen lots of other people doing it, and I wanted to do it too, even though it's a few months old now. So these are the last 10 decks that have come into my collection, and I think I've got them in the right order, starting with the most recent. So we'll just start. So the most recent is the Halloween Tarot, which I got this week. And I got the tin version. Because I like having a tin version. I can take it around with me and do readings for friends with it. The little white book that comes with it is actually quite good as well. I know that there's in the large version you can get a version that has a bigger guidebook as well, which I've also heard is really good, but I really wanted the mini, and it's just so cute and I love it. And it was one that I did readings for other people with this just straight out of the box, like as soon as I got it. I took it with me to work and did some readings for people, like one lunchtime, because they'd asked for it. It's a Rider-Waite-Smith clone, so it was really easy to just read with straight away. It's not one I feel like I need to get to know, and it's just so it's like cute Halloween instead of like scary. And I really like that about it. And I do like decks that are like Rider-Waite-Smith clones, but with just a different theme or different people in it. So I really like this. I kind of wish that the borders were black though. Like when you lay them out, I just kind of wish that they were black or borderless, which I suppose I could do, but it's already a mini. It'd make it even smaller if I cut the borders off. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me that much. It's just something that I've noted after the first few times I've used it, because quite a lot of the time the background is dark, and so I feel like the borders could have been as well. But anyway, that's just my personal preference. But yeah, I really like it. The suits have been renamed, but because the imagery is the same as Rider-Waite-Smith, it's really easy to tell. So the bats are swords, the imps are wands, the pumpkins are pentacles. Let's see if I can find another pumpkin. So the pumpkins are pentacles, and what have I not said yet? Ghosts. Ghosts are cups. Which, if it was completely different to the RWS, I would find confusing, but it is really obvious which is which from the imagery, so that doesn't bother me, and I just think it's cute. I was going to try and find my favourite card in here. Oh, here we go, right at the end. This one that looks like Wednesday Addams. The Page of Pumpkins is my favourite. So that's the Halloween Tarot. Oh, and these are the backs. I'm going to try and remember to show the backs. I always forget. Another deck that came in this week actually is the Oash Born. I showed this in the last video that I filmed, so I'm gonna just go through a few of the cards because I still haven't used it a lot yet, but I really love the artwork, and I feel like these, as far as an animal deck goes, I can resonate with it. I talked about this in my animal decks video, so I haven't got much more to say about it because I still haven't really used it yet. I love this Three of Wands. At the moment, this is one of my favourite cards, but I haven't, like I say, I haven't worked with it too much, but just from initial flip throughs. I also really like the Lovers as the foxes. But yeah, the artwork, I love how there's all these little, like little hearts on things, like little hearts on some of the animals. This is really cute. This fall just reminds me of Bambi. Love a badger. Love to see a badger. Oh, this is an extra card that you get with it. Possibilities is an extra. And I really like this Hermit. But yeah, I just really like the artwork. And I just really like the energy of the deck. How it seems so far anyway. Oh, and this is the mini version of the deck that I got straight from the creator's website, which is Three Trees Tarot. And you get these really nice, like these boxes are embossed and they're just really nice. The cardstock is lovely, it just feels really nice. And I decided to get the mini version instead of the full size, just because I haven't got that many mini decks, and I do like a mini deck. And it's still quite chunky actually, so I feel like it might have been a bit too big for me if it was the full size. So anyway, I like this one. Right, I think 1-3 now. So this is the Seasons of the Witch Maybon Oracle. I feel like I'm pretty committed to getting the whole series now. I was only planning to get like a wintry one, an autumn one, a summery one and a springy one. But I'll just show you guys. Because I got this one, I've already got the Samhain one. So this is like the second, you know, autumny one. But it's because I just love autumn. I love how this deck feels really like cozy autumn, whereas the Samhain one is a shadow work deck for me. This one feels cozy. I feel like I talked about this another time. But yeah, so I like that about it. I like the cozy autumn time. But it is still balanced. It has got some darker cards in here as well. I like an oracle to be balanced in that way. Yeah, but the main reason I got this one when I wasn't planning to get the other autumny one is because the artist changed, and I really like the new artwork. I liked the old artwork as well, but I really like the new artist, and it doesn't feel too different, because I know lots of people are like a bit not upset, like a bit I don't know, they wanted all of the, you know, all 8 to be cohesive, but I think that it will still be, and I don't tend to use any of these decks together anyway. I will only use one at a time. So yeah, it doesn't bother me, and I actually really like the new artwork, and I have actually already pre-ordered the Inbox one as well. I love how, oh, I didn't show the backs on the last one after saying I was going to show all the backs. Anyway, I like how all the backs so far kind of match up. They all have this moon on them, but they have something different here and a different colour gilding. So the Maybon one is orange, and like the inside of the box and everything. the Samhain one was red, the Yule one is green, the Beltane one is gold, and the Imbolc one is going to be like a light blue, I believe. So yeah, I like that. I like the backs. I like their gilding. It's not the best gilding. It does chip quite easily, but it doesn't. It's okay. I don't mind. So that's the Seasons of the Witch Mabon Oracle, and like all of the Seasons of the Witch oracles, I really, really like the guidebooks, mainly because they have so many different spreads. Like, that's all spreads, and they're all slightly different, and they're all kind of themed based on which deck it is. It's in full colour. It's got a full colour write-up of all the cards. There's keywords, which I kind of wish was on the cards still, because I like these keywords. And then the write-up was really nice about each of them as well, and you get like a couple of pages of write-up for each one. And I just think it's just really, really well done, all of these decks. And I like to work seasonally. I've realised over the last kind of year, I like to have seasonal feeling decks. So yeah. So the next three were all not Christmas, birthday presents. So they were from July. So we'll start with Squid Cake Marseille. This was on my birthday list. Because I really want a Marseille. I'm a Rider-Waite-Smith girl. I like Rider-Waite-Smith, but I wanted a Marseille deck so that I can kind of like learn that system a little bit, and also it will help me with my other kind of pip decks that I have. Help me kind of look at things like the numerology and things as well. These are the backs. They are cute, and the pink edges are the best. Yeah, so I wanted a Marseille. I'm only planning on getting like this one unless I get really into it one day, but I feel like Rider-Waite-Smith is my system. But the guidebook, it was just recommended that this is a good guidebook for like traditional Marseille. Like, it does actually tell you why like the cups, or why the pips are as they are. Like what it means when the swords, like this one sword in the middle and the other swords around it, it explains that. There's a thing here, so it says visually, it tells you what's happening, as well as like a reading, and it's just really good. I really like it. I like the artwork. I like how it's kind of a bit weird and like cute and weird at the same time. I like that. I like how there's loads of like strawberries in it. I like the colour palette. There's a lot of pink. So yeah, I had this on my wish list, and I had it bought for me for my birthday. I haven't used it loads yet. I'm waiting to be at like, I've done a few readings with it. But I wanted it so that when I feel ready to have a look at Marseille in a bit more depth, I have got a deck. And I love how there's all these kind of like weird little people and creatures in it. I love the ghosts in the Two of Cups. So yeah, and there's lots of like snails. And the knights are all riding like another creature. I just really like it. I just think it's cute. But it has the Marseille style pips. Another knight, or a frog, or a toad this time. But yeah, so this is the Squid Cake Marseille, and it's also like a kind of pocket-y sized deck. This one was another birthday present, so the Animal Apothecary Oracle. These are the backs, which are reversible. I really like this one too. This was also my animal. This one was also, I've just talked about in my animal deck video. I really like the phrases on it. This is my favourite one. I haven't worked with it loads. Because again, I kind of got quite a lot of decks all in one go, like over the summer. And so I haven't had time to use them all in depth yet. But I'm really looking forward to next year when I can really get into all of these. I'm going to try next year to do my depth year again, because it started off really well this year, but it hasn't really. The second half of the year, I've had quite a few come in, so I'm gonna try again next year. I might even try and do no buy at all next year. But yeah, so this one is really cool. I really like it. I really like how brightly coloured it is. I really like the phrases that you can just pull this kind of, you know, pull a card and get a little message. I'm planning to see how it works as like a clarifier, but also as a kind of end of a reading message. It might work well for that too. This was another one that was a birthday present, so Sea Soul Journeys Oracle cards, and this one was on my wish list as well, and someone bought it for me because I wanted a deck that I can kind of use just to like pull one and kind of meditate on it a bit. And I love the sea and the ocean and waves, and it relaxes me. So I really wanted like a sea themed or an ocean themed deck that is just nature, like photography. And I can maybe just pull a card and journal my thoughts on it or meditate on it. It also has, you can use it as a kind of an affirmation style deck as well. So it just has the keyword and then a little phrase. So powerful is, may you be as potent as the ocean. And I accept, may you receive what is as it comes. So you can use it as that kind of like an affirmation as well. I just really like this. Different kinds of oceans in different states. This deck also has suits. So on the back, there's 4 different. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 different suits, which is all explained in the guidebook, which I haven't really got into much yet. So yeah, so there's 4 different backs, which normally would bother me. But from how I'm going to use it, it makes sense. Let me see if I can quickly find what the suits were. Oh, I think this was the suits. 1, 2, 3. No, it can't be. So we've got the 4 themes. So there's self-compassion. So there's cards for self-compassion, cards for letting go, cards for moving forward, and cards for gratitude and awe. So they're the four themes, or the 4 suits, if you like. So that's Sea Soul Journeys Oracle cards. Morgan Greer I got in this year. This was in the summer. Another tin. I wanted like another classic deck, and I wanted another tin version. So I've got this one. To be honest, I haven't really connected to this one as much as I have my Aquarian, which I also have in a tin, and just the standard Rider-Waite Smith. I feel like I would choose both of those over reading with this one. But I bought this one because it felt really summery because of the high saturation of colour. Which I do still like, and I have done readings for other people with this that have been really good. So I'm unsure at the moment whether I want to keep it let it go, or I'm not really sure. I feel like I kind of like having it in my collection, but I'm not sure. I love this Three of Cups though. I don't know, I feel like I just need to do a bit more. I like this Nine of Pentacles as well. I feel like I just want to use it a bit more before I make a decision. Oh, I like the aces in this deck too. You know what, now I'm going through it again, I feel like I do want to keep it. It's kind of zoomed in as well. So the scenes are still very similar to Rider-Waite-Smith, but they kind of zoomed in a bit, if that makes sense. Let me show you. So like Three of Pentacles normally it's like further out and you've got the other people and then this whole building. And like the Nine of Wands, you normally see like the whole person. And same with the 8. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm not sure yet, but I used it over the summer. I got it because it felt summery. And I still like it. Queen of Wands, like the Queen of Wands. But yeah, I don't know. I do really like the aces though. Where's that Ace of Cups? I do really like the aces. Oh, and the backs are quite cool too. I've got 3 more. So I've got the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck. I couldn't decide between which version of this to get, and I might end up getting the other one at some point, but ultimately it was the backs of this one that won me over. I love these. They're like my favourite colour combination, my 2 favourite colours. Yeah, I just really like these backs so much that I much prefer these backs to the other one, the other one's backs. But yeah, and this one's gold instead of like silver on the with like the gilding, which I prefer as well, but it's very shiny. Every card has a little bit of foiling on it. I love the Queen of Wands, a sunflower and a black cat. I like to see a sunflower and a black cat in my Queen of Wands cards. But yeah, so this is kind of like an Art Nouveau style deck. The good thing about the newer version is more diverse than this one, which is why I was trying to decide if I wanted this one or the other one. But like I said, the backs I just couldn't resist the backs of this one. But yeah, if you're looking for a more diverse deck, definitely the other version. I can't remember what the other version is called, but it's like the silver holographic-y one. It's still called Ethereal Visions. But instead of this one being Ethereal Visions Illuminated, the other one's got a different name. But some of the cards are the exact same cards, and some of them have been changed and updated. Yeah, so I haven't used this one too much at the moment. I used it when I first got it in, but it's very kind of pastel and muted colours. So I feel like I'll use this a bit later in the year or start of next year more. I love this King of Cups with his green hair. But yeah, so this one. Oh, that's a nice Empress card. We'll finish on that. So this is the Ethereal Visions with these lovely, lovely, lovely backs. Next one was the Millennial Tarot, which I've done a whole deep dive on this. I've done a whole video deep dive on this deck. And these cards are fairly big. It's I'll show them like this, I think. And these are the backs, the avocados. And the main thing I liked about this deck, well, I am a millennial, so I really like the phrases that are on it. So like the Nine of Fields is #blessed. It's just, I thought it would just be like quite a fun deck to use because of the phrases, but I actually feel like it has been really well thought out. Like the phrases really do work. And I really like it, and in fact I focus more on this part of the card than I do this part of the card, I found, when I'm reading, rather than the imagery. And I just had lots of fun doing my deep dive with this, and it actually turned out to be a really good deck to actually read with for me as well. And I actually kept it out for quite a long time, and now I'm going through it again. I want to get it out again. So yeah, so I actually do really like this deck. Not a massive fan of the artwork, but like I say, I just feel like these phrases are really good. And you get an online, there's an online guidebook for it, which is quite easy to navigate on your phone. It's not like it's not like a guidebook that you have to flip through to find the cards. You can just click on the suit and then click on the card, and then it will come up with the meaning, which I really liked. So yeah, so this is the Millennial Tarot. It's 7 of Swag, Hustle Culture. Stepping out of your comfort zone, or that comfort zone. The words, the smaller phrase underneath is the same, so for all the aces it says a new opportunity, but the bigger one is different on all the cards. So it kind of helps you with the numerology as well, I guess, because all of the fours will say manifesting results. And the suits are all colour coded. So the thoughts, which are the swords, are this white. The majors are pink. The fields or cups are blue. The ones are red, vibes. And what have I not done yet? Pentacles. Pentacles are swag, and they're green. So yeah, so I thought it was going to be a bit of a novelty deck, but it's actually turned out to be really good for me. And then my last, so 10 decks ago, is the Grimalkin's Curious Cats Tarot, which I got over the summer when I went to London. And this is another deck that I have just talked about in my animal deck video. So I won't say too much more about it, but it's just, there's a lot of, still got all the Rider-Waite-Smith symbology, but with cats. So everything's still there that you might expect from a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, but the people have been replaced with cats. And you know, there's some extra bits going on as well, but for the most part it's just closely relating to the Rider-Waite-Smith, which again I like, so it's all good. So at the 5 of Cups, you've got the 3 knocked over, 2 still standing. It's still very Rider-Waite-Smith. I like this moon with the cat looking at the moon, and it's got like a cheetah in the moon. Like the kind of the wild version, the domestic cat and then a wild cat. I like that. I really like the Hermit in this deck as well. I really like the Sun too. This little cat is so cute. Some of them as well, some of the pictures of the cats, it's like they're being very mischievous, which I like. I just like how all the different kinds of cats, there's lots of different cats in here. So if you're a cat lover, this is a really good one. And there's some extra cards as well. More, I don't really like this one though. So this is my 10th deck I bought 10 decks ago. Cats washing. Isn't that just the cutest thing ever? Like, anyone who likes cats, like, when they wash their faces, they're so cute. This card's a bit weird. It's a bit like awkward looking how it's standing on top of this horse. But yeah, but for the most part it fits and they're all really cute. And this is the only MJ colour name deck that I have. I am tempted by the Crow Tarot, but not really the other ones. But it does just seem, you know, similar style to all the other ones. So if you like those decks, you'll probably like this one too. And if you like cats, you'll definitely like it. So yeah, so that was my last 10 decks video. Thank you for watching if you're still here. I'm looking through for other VRs. Like I said, I'm probably going to be doing some VRs that are quite old. I've looked at one that I think is like 2 years old, that I might be doing at some point, because I really like doing VRs, and I feel like I missed out on some really cool ones from previously. So, and I don't think there's any harm in bringing them back or doing them late. So yeah. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.